passionate about, and anybody who's ever heard me speak knows that I'm a broken record on these topics. And so I know that I don't have to tell this crowd that investments in agriculture research, development, and deployment have long been essential for America's prosperity and resilience. We know that scientific innovation can enable new, cost-effective solutions for addressing some of our most daunting challenges. The U.S. has a proven record of making investments in research that pay off for farmers and our economy. As a matter of fact, USDA's Economic Research Service found that public agriculture research and development investments on average generate, you guys already know the answer to this, how many dollars to every $1? You guys are amazing. Yet, once the world's leader, the United States now trails other major nations in public agriculture research investments. Investments have declined by a third in the past 2 decades. This loss of investment firepower means that we are missing opportunities to capitalize on the potential of the country's world-class scientists to conduct the research necessary to meet the rapidly emerging challenges that our farmers face. The United States, the USDA, and our partners can once again lead the world in discovering and disseminating solutions to global agricultural and natural resource problems through responsive, transdisciplinary, and convergent research. That's why I'm pleased that President Biden, Secretary Vilsack, and Congress are committed to supporting federal agriculture research, development, and deployment to shape and define innovation for decades to come. Now, this work will need to be unified under an interdisciplinary vision. Last year, Secretary Vilsack and I released a bold 3-year vision to move agriculture in a direction where producers are more profitable and productive. Remember, profitable is important, while also ensuring that the entire system is more sustainable and resilient. Now, the USDA Science and Research Strategy emerged with input from across the Department of Agriculture and from our key stakeholders, many of you who are in the room today. Now, the strategy outlines USDA's 5 highest scientific priorities. These are accelerating innovative technologies and practices. And I want you to notice that each one of these starts with an action word, because it's time to take action. We want to drive climate smart solutions. We want to bolster nutrition, security, and health, cultivate resilient ecosystems, and most importantly, translate research into action. These priorities reflect the obstacles we face and define how USDA plans to meet the moment through science, research, and data. Now, an important part of this strategy is our collaboration with you, our university partners for research, education, and extension nationwide. This is a call to action for those of us in the room to share audacious solutions around the priorities I've just outlined. Because we know we cannot do this alone. And I encourage all of you, with your diverse backgrounds and expertise, to review this strategy to see where your work intersects and how we might build on the work that you're already doing. Cooperation from all sectors is key to the strategy's success. Now, take priority 3, for example, bolstering nutrition, security, and health. USDA agencies play a key role in providing research and data that underpins nutrition guidelines and programs for the United States, including in underserved communities. At USDA, we know that food and health are interconnected, and that there is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to our approaches around nutrition and health. Seeing the need to equip individuals, families, and communities with precise nutrition research and programs, USDA launched the Agriculture Science Center of Excellence for Nutrition and Diet. And I know you're thinking, gosh, you guys need an acronym. For better health. And so we called it Ascend for Better Health. And I won't tell you how long it took us to come up with that. But it is Ascend for Better Health. It is a virtual center of excellence, enhancing precision nutrition research and translating that information back to the communities it impacts. We are working to reduce the burden of diet-related chronic diseases like cancer, in support of President Biden's Cancer Moonshot 2.0 effort to end cancer as we know it. We're also advancing the goals outlined in the White House National Strategy on Hunger, Nutrition, and Health. A crucial component of ASEAN is engagement with underserved communities. Throughout 2023, USDA met with members of African American, Hispanic, and tribal communities, as well as the 4-H youth communities and populations to hear about the challenges they face in terms of food security, nutrition, and health. In total, these listening sessions were attended by more than 450 community members who shared their stories. USDA compiled this input into reports for each engagement in a high-level summary report. Now, these reports are available on the SEND website, and you can get there by simply going to nutrition.gov. Oh, everybody's here. Look at this. I should just spend all day with you guys. This is amazing. I've just seen everybody in the 20 minutes that I've been in this building. Okay, back to my speech. I just looked on, I saw my lead 21 colleague and classmate. I think we broke it because they ended the whole program after we began. Thankfully, we turned out okay. So if you go to nutrition.gov, we've taken a painstaking opportunity to bring together everything we have around nutrition in one place, nutrition.gov. I think that one's easy to remember. So I went to each of the listening sessions, and I will share with you that they were some of the most moving and momentous engagements I've had in my time as a federal employee. The participants gave us precious insight into the real barriers people face so USDA and our partners can better design research and programs to meet the people where they are. The insight came in form of personal experiences and stories, and these are narratives I won't soon forget. In September of last year, USDA also launched its first pilot nutrition hub under the ASEAN for Better Health initiative in partnership with Southern University. Now, USDA's new nutrition hub will be an engine for providing science-based, nutrition-related information tailored to a specific community. This first hub, and let me just say, it's the first hub, focuses on serving the African American community. We envision future hubs for Hispanic and Native American communities, maybe youth, veterans, and who knows, the list is expansive. ASEAN for Better Health is just one of many examples on how USDA is bolstering nutrition, security, and health for all. Now, switching gears a bit, I want to talk with you about a commodity you know best, students. Last week I was in Tifton, Georgia, speaking at a groundbreaking ceremony for the future home of USDA Agricultural Research Services' new state-of-the-art facilities for the Southeast Watershed Research Laboratory and Crop Genetics and Breeding Research. They need an acronym. Incidentally, since 2015, USDA ARS has been appropriated $1.3 billion to invest in modernized scientific buildings and facilities. This BNF investment on the UVA Tifton campus is one of 7 facilities on land-grant university campuses that USDA has secured funding for under the ARS Capital Investment Strategy. This has been a critically important effort for me since 2014. And I'm so happy that we've been able to invest in facilities that serve both the federal government and our land-grant universities. And I'm hoping that we don't stop here and that we're going to keep that investment going. But on last week, I mentioned how thrilled I am that this new state-of-the-art facility will house our rewarding partnerships with Fort Valley State University and the University of Georgia. Serving students and collaborating with faculty, of course, serves our producers most responsibly and efficiently. It also helps us meet critical challenges that we all share: attracting, training, and retaining the next generation of diverse professionals to the agriculture enterprise. Well, we desperately need them. Now, some of you may have joined us on last week as we announced the results of the 2022 Census of Agriculture. Anybody join us for that, virtually or in person? Well, thank you, front table. I appreciate it. Sorry about that. So what we learned learned is that the average age of farmers is still increasing. It's now 58.1 years old. And a large portion of those farmers are over the age of 65. Just let that sink in for just a moment. I will tell you, the older I get, that doesn't sound that old. So I guess it's a matter of perspective. But let me tell you about the agencies I manage: the Agricultural Research Service, the Economic Research Service, the National Institute of Food and Agriculture, and the National Agricultural Statistics Service. 1,500 out of roughly 8,000 employees are eligible to retire today. In fact, the administrator of NASS, after he released that Census of Agriculture data, where's Dion and the rest of the NIFA team, he sent an email that he was retired. He said, I'm done, drop the mic. It has been released. We'll miss Administrator Hamer. So 1,500 are eligible to retire today, and in 2 years, that number increases by another 1,000. Let that sink in. So the importance of ensuring we have people to farm and to support farmers is no small demand. We all have a part to play in ensuring there's a pipeline for the next generation of agricultural professionals. In USDA and on land-grant campuses across the country, we're doing our part. Recently, USDA launched the From Learning to Leading, Cultivating the Next Generation of Diverse Food and Agriculture Professionals program, NextGen, which directs now a new funding of $262.5 million. And the important word in that was new funding. We love new funding. It's going to help us with higher education and higher education institutions foster the next generation of diverse ag professionals across the nation. We want the best and the brightest. We need them to come from all levels of societies, all backgrounds. It is my hope that each of our new facilities and all of our facilities will serve as a welcoming base for those bright young minds, giving them the opportunities and the space they need to create the future. So the importance of the collaborations we have with all of you here is significant. The opportunity we have with the NextGen program is historic, and our imperative is urgent. It is our goal to touch some 20,000 young people with that funding, $262.5 billion. So I need your help. I need to ask each of you to think about contributing to the program in the best way that you can. As a PI, as a scientist, as a faculty member, as a mentor, as a consultant, any way you can. I want to thank you for your partnership, cultivating the next generation of agricultural professionals who will explore and conduct revolutionary research in all of our facilities and our organizations. To my mind, this is the best way we can invest in our collective capacity for impact and innovation. So thank you all for allowing me to share my thoughts with you today, and best wishes for a provocative and productive meeting.
I probably don't need that microphone. Oh, okay. Hello, Hello, I'm Marshall Davis, Lincoln University, Missouri. My question is this. In Missouri, we got an opportunity to buy land, but the big problem is $300 an acre for corn, and the price of the land is $12,000 an acre. You know, to help the next generation, we got to figure out how to add value to what people are growing. Because the mathematics, you go to the bank and ask them, well, I want to buy this $1 million, I need to borrow $1 million to buy this land, and they're like, what are you going to do? Well, I'm going to lose money.
That's a good point.
So I know that a number of people here have had the opportunity to hear the Secretary's whiteboard speech. Anybody had the opportunity to hear that speech? Yes. And so for the past couple of years in this administration, one of our biggest focus areas is how to help farmers be more profitable. In a time when we've seen record farm income, we recognize that that has been, I would say, enjoyed by about 10% of farmers. So that means the other 90% are sharing, you know, a small portion of that increase in income. And in fact, most farmers have to work a second job in order to make a living. And that is not sustainable. And I'm not talking about from an environmental standpoint, but it's sustainable. How are we going to encourage and attract new farmers to join us in this effort? And one of the things that we're doing is really focusing on how we create new markets for farmers. How do we create bio-based products, value-added opportunities? How do we connect producers to local and regional markets? How do we help with marketing plans? How do we get on the ground with the farmers where they are, working with our trusted partners to really develop something that is going to be successful and resilient for those farmers? And then there's a lot of programs in USDA that have been implemented to be able to address some of those very issues that you discussed. And so we're trying an all-pronged, multi-pronged approach to help farmers be successful. I think about limited NIFA programs. Dr. Manji Misra was here, and we talked about the New Beginning Farmers Program, our veteran program, our agro-ability programs, and looking at some of the things that are going to be most helpful for farmers on the ground where they are. So happy Carlton Bridgeport that's with me here on my team. We got the right person at the table to talk to about fifth generation farmer, and one of a member of my team at USDA. We're trying to tackle this on all fronts. Who's going to grow our food? How can we sit in this room and enjoy this wonderful meal we're about to enjoy, you know, thanks to a farmer, if we don't have any farmers? And so we have to find a way to help farmers be successful. That's it? Oh, okay.
So, do we have some more questions? Undersecretary, thank you so much. We really appreciate your leadership, your service, and can we give the Undersecretary another round of applause? Thank you again. So, folks, I am about to unleash lunch, but one thing. Have you heard about anybody ever heard about the Grammy Awards? The Emmys? The Tonys? Well, I'm going to unveil one of the most coveted awards that you'll ever want. And it's called the Golden Carrot. So I'm just giving you a teaser on this. This was, I want to thank